Maybe it's just me, but I kind of feel like some of my biggest moments of clarity came directly after being confused. And I'm saying that because I've had like a lot of conflicting thoughts about a lot of different ideas lately, working on comedy and trying to balance my personal schedule and then my day job and work life balance and then exercising and jujitsu and writing comedy and rehearsing. And I got a show this Saturday. There's just so much stuff going on. And sometimes it kind of feels like a whirlwind. And that's why I'm so big into writing things down, like making lists, like a checkbox list. Um, but I feel like when the smoke clears and the dust settles, so to speak, I feel like I can think a lot more clear. I can think a lot more. I can think a lot simpler, and complex ideas become very easy. One of the biggest jobs of a comedian's job is to be able to effectively communicate in the least amount of words possible. And there's a real beauty and elegance and science to it. But without digressing too much, I kind of feel like that's what happens after jujitsu with my thoughts. Everything just becomes a lot more clear. I'm better at my writing. I'm more calm. I'm more focused. Um, but yeah, I've just been kind of in a funk lately. So anyway, all I'm trying to say is lately I feel like I've been like very unclear in my thoughts and my intentions and stuff like that. And I don't really know what it's gonna take, but I feel like I'm still kind of like in the fog. I just feel very confused. And it's a weird feeling because even explaining this is kind of difficult because I'm not confused about making a decision. I'm confused. Like, I feel like I'm lost. I feel like because I have so much things going on in different directions, I don't really know what to do next. And not even that, I feel like I don't have enough time to do everything. It's very annoying, which is why I understand why when somebody gets to a certain level of success, they get an assistant to sort of help them out and manage and do these extra things like phone calls. Because man, the amount of stuff that I'm doing right now, like the amount of stuff that I'm doing is more than I've ever done ever before. And it's only because of my checklist and stuff that I can stay focused. But I need every bit of help that I can get. And I have nobody is ever going to be as ambitious as you are to make you successful than yourself. Plain and simple. Right? So it just comes back down to getting up earlier, staying up later, and how much do you want it? How bad do you want it? Okay? Because there is a option, there is a route in your life that you can take to be successful. And complaining isn't going to get you there. So at the end of the day, you just have to ask yourself, how much are you willing to put on the line? How much are you willing to go forward, to not go backward? Okay. One of the most inspirational things that I would always hear when Navy SEALs would talk about is when somebody quit. Okay. The quitting isn't what the inspirational part was. It was that the person beside them knew that was one less person that was going to be competing against them. And seeing them quit made that guy feel like they could go a little bit further. And that's how I feel when I think about others. Now, even though I don't hear about people quitting, sorry about that, that's my car. I'm parking somewhere. Even though I don't hear about people quitting or something like that, one of the things, and I don't like to use him as a reference, not because he's a bad guy, but just because, unfortunately, there was a lot of hype about him. And unfortunately, he's also kind of a controversial figure. But anyway, Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor said something one time that I thought was very poetic. And maybe he might have heard it from somebody else. Maybe he made it up himself. But one of the things that I do live by, and it really connected well with me when he said it, which is losers focus on other people, winners focus on themselves. So I never check to see how my potential competitors or enemies or whatever doing, right? I'm focused on myself and being the best version of myself every single day and being a better version every day than the day before. And I truly believe that if you just focus more on yourself, if you use all of your tools of organization, you can take yourself to that 1% goal of being just a little bit better than you were yesterday. In 100 days, you'll be a better version of yourself. So if I said something today that connected with you and helped you out in life, that's great. And at the very least, as I always say, this is one more mental note out loud, imprinting it in my mind, in my life, to take me to that next level. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Peace.